Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on 13 Now. My name is Tessa Bentulan. You're joining us on Wednesday, February 15th, a day after Valentine's Day. Hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. It's 2:06 here, and we're going to start off with some breaking news. The man who killed 10 people at a grocery store in Buffalo last year has just been sentenced to life in prison without parole. This is Peyton Gendron. He was confronted by relatives of his victims, as you see right there, and very emotional here, a lot of the people, but the hearing was briefly interrupted after a man charged at him. Take a look at this.
We never go in no neighborhoods and take people out. Don't do it. Let's go.
Some of the dramatic video that you just saw there. So Gendron was ushered out of the courtroom for his safety, and that dramatic moment came as a sister of a victim, Catherine Macy, addressed the shooter. And we are continuing our Black History Month here with News Channel 13's Jonathan Hunter. He's joining us here in the 13 Now studio. And Jonathan, you spoke with someone about the story of Solomon Northup.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tessa. And that is correct. I actually spoke to two people today. I spoke to David Fisk. He is an author and a historian. And I also spoke to another woman named Renee Moore. And they basically both gave me a lot of information about Solomon Northup. If you've seen the movie 12 Years a Slave, his story was told, and he was actually living and working in Saratoga Springs before he was kidnapped and taken as a slave in Washington, D.C., and ultimately taken to Louisiana. And essentially he worked in Saratoga. So I was actually walking in some of the areas where he was at the 1800s today.
And this is Solomon Northup for everyone that's watching us right now. That's some pictures of him in history books. And you spoke to a historian. And what did the historian tell you just about him and kind of the importance of him in the Saratoga community?
Yeah, so David Fisk, he wrote 3 books about him, and really you get to learn more about who he was as a person. I mean, this guy was educated. He was a violinist, carpenter, someone that was literate and able to write a book. And I think his book really, for a lot of people, exposed the horrors of slavery. And that's one of the things he was saying today in his interview, that there were people in that time that thought, okay, Black people are better off as slaves. But then you have a guy who is free, educated, smart, talented, is captured as a slave. And then you see the things that he had to deal with. So I think his book and his story really opened the eyes of a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's pretty much unknown in that time period for a Black man to be literate and to write a book and to be educated.
Yeah, and he, like, with him being a free man, he actually was able to read, and his wife, believe it or not, did not know how to read.
Wow.
And something I found interesting when I was talking to David today and the other day when I was setting up the story is Solomon was not the only person who was captured as a slave. And there were other cases of free African Americans who were free men and women, and they thought that they were going to go get a better job. They were tricked and they were taken as slaves. And there have been a couple of cases where they were able to regain their freedom, but in other cases they were not.
Yeah, and we'll hear more of your story live on News Channel 13 starting at 4 o'clock, correct?
Yes, we will.
All right, perfect. Jonathan, thank you so much. Moving on to weather now. So we've all been talking about the warm weather. It's like talking about a broken record at this point. I'm going to have Paul Cayano join us now, who's going to talk about the record-breaking weather we're having right now. Take a look.
Well, it looks like we'll enjoy unseasonably warm weather for the rest of the day with partly to mostly sunny skies and a screaming south wind. That's going to help push temperatures well into the 50s, maybe even a few spots touching 60 out ahead of the next storm system. Some clouds will move in tonight with that system. And on Thursday, it looks like we will have more of a mixture of sunshine and clouds, or even mostly cloudy skies with a few showers coming in by the end of the day. And we are talking rain showers showers because by this point we'll be back up into the 50s once again for daytime highs. A strong front is heading in our direction, arrival time right before the sun comes up on Friday. So a batch of showers for the morning commute, and temperatures will be falling steadily behind the front. If this happens before the morning commute is over, we could have some slippery spots on Friday morning that we'll have to look out for. But that blustery, cold afternoon on Friday, it'll send temperatures right back down through the 40s and 30s by the end of the day, setting us up for a dry weekend. 57 this afternoon with increasing sunshine and that wind. Partly cloudy tonight, 41. 7-day planner will show temperatures back into the 50s Thursday, 47 first thing Friday morning. Then it drops like a rock, and temperatures stay a little bit chilly for Saturday, but right back into the 40s with sunshine on Sunday. We'll update the forecast throughout the day.
And that was Paul Kayana there talking about your forecast for the rest of the day and into tomorrow. Starting live at 4 o'clock on News Channel 13 here, I have two other stories I want to tell you about. Our Dan Levy, he's going to be following up on an investigation of a man who died after breaking into someone's home in Berkshire County. The district attorney's office tells us Mark Bednars, who is 56 years old, broke into a residence on Spring Street and Adams. The DA says the homeowner found him in his home. He found Bednards in his home. That's when a fight started, and Bednards got hurt and died at the Berkshire Medical Center. So Dan Levy is in Berkshire County today working on a follow-up for us to get more details on this. And then our Kumi Tucker, she's got this incredible story. It's something you're only seeing on 13 tonight starting at 4 o'clock. It's about two employees who work with the city of Albany who helped a woman who was trying to attempt suicide. She said it was an incredible story. She just got back, and she's putting it all together for us right now. Some great stuff over there. So I hope you tune in for News Channel 13 starting live at 4 o'clock, then again at 5 and at 6. We hope to see you there. That does it for us on 13 Now this afternoon, just before 2:15. Have a great day, everyone.